Okay, so there's many ways that we talk to God for prayer, basically, and stuff. That God can speak to us through the Bible. He'll explain this, basically talking from 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verses 6 through 16. Basically, all the full chapter, basically from 16 to the last verse. So, talk about it. Okay, so the first verse says, "We speak a message of wisdom among the mature wisdom." Message of wisdom, saying that it's basically explained that not the age or the rulers, nothing, because the wisdom and not of anyone. It's not of the world. It's not wisdom of the world. It's wisdom of God. Because the next verse says, "No, he declares God's wisdom, a mystery." Explain what mystery and why God, it's told as a mystery by Paul many times in many different books. I think in Philippians or Ephesians mentions it as a mystery. He says, Ephesians, heard about that is the mystery made known to me by revelation, as I already written briefly. Yeah, he's written briefly about mystery, which is explain why it's a mystery. The gospel and stuff is a mystery. The wisdom of God. And it says that God is destined for our glory before time began. None of the rulers of his age understood it, for if they would not have crucified the Lord of glory, because they really had understood what it was saying, because Isaiah, they understood what the Bible, which is the wisdom of God, mystery, they would have not crucified him. Isaiah literally said this would happen. Basically, he would die and stuff. However, verse 9 says, "However, as it is written, what no eyes have seen, what no ear has heard, even no human mind has conceived this, or even though humans have understood it." Because I'll explain that, kind of, basically, talking about it, no human mind conceived. And these are the things God prepared for those who love Him. And these are the things God revealed to us by Spirit. Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. God revealed to the things by Spirit. I was playing more the next verse, because even Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. It knows what God knows. It knows what God's trying to speak to us, basically. Because for who knows the person, next verse, for who knows the person's thoughts except their own spirit, then no one, in the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. Only one who knows God's thoughts are God Himself and His Spirit, basically. I mean, we have received, not the Spirit of the world, the Spirit who is from God, so that we may understand what God has freely given us. The Spirit that God gave us, His Spirit, so that we may understand the Word. It helps when I read the Bible, I usually pray and talk to God, as if He is speaking to me. The words that has come from this, basically, God wrote the Bible, which is also written as the Word. So it basically is His Word that He speaks to us through the Bible. He speaks to us through the Bible, as if He is speaking to us. Really, He gave us this to speak to us, so it's not actually but it's as if He were speaking to us. Because it's His Word, the Spirit of God helped these people write these books. People who wrote these books wrote it because of the Spirit of God helped them do it and told them to write. Yeah. So basically, this is God's Word. He literally speaks. It's from God. Okay. Next verse, "This is what we speak, not in words taught us by human wisdom, but in words taught by Spirit, and spiritual realities with Spirit taught word." Because the weird words that Paul wrote and all other people who wrote the Bible, they're not human words with human wisdom. They're words from the Spirit. They're Spirit taught words. So Spirit helped them write these words in this book to explain spiritual realities. Okay, in the next verse, the person without the Spirit does not accept the things that come from the Spirit or of the Spirit of God, but considers them foolish and cannot understand them because they are discerned only for the Spirit. So someone without the Spirit really can't understand it. If they don't believe in God, they really won't understand the Bible. They will consider it foolishness. If they don't believe in Jesus Christ, they will consider this, all that I'm speaking right now, foolishness, probably. But because they can only be discerned through the Spirit. You can only understand them through the Spirit. These words are from the Spirit of God, from God. These words, basically God speaking them. They can only be understood through the Spirit. A person with the Spirit makes judgment about all things, but such a person is not subject to merely human judgment. They basically saying that they can understand, judge difference between right and wrong. That verse. Maybe I'm not explaining this verse right, but let's go on to the next verse. For who has none, and they're not subject to merely human judgment. They understand, because they have the Spirit, they can understand spiritual things and make judgments about different, to argue which is right, this or other stuff, or make judgments about, not explaining much. In the final verse, for who has known the mind of the Lord so as to instruct him, but we have the mind of Christ. We do have the mind of Christ, so the Spirit works in us, so the Spirit knows God's mind, so God works in us because we have the mind of Christ, basically. That's what it's basically saying. We have it because the Spirit which knows God's mind, as in verse 11, for no one knows God's thought except the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God helps us. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please support me channel and help others grow. In video.